Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with another video on The Flash, Season 5. So just quickly, I will be announcing the winner for the new Flash Funko Pops giveaway I started a couple of weeks back. But this video will have another giveaway for the Wally West Pop that was released. So to win that, all you have to do is leave a like on the video and leave a comment in the comment section down below with your favourite Wally West moment on the show. And do that, and you're entered. So we had the teaser for the big crossover with the announcement that it will be called Elseworlds. And of course, that caught the attention of a lot of people, whether that be in a positive or negative way. But the episode before the crossover, with The Flash at least, will be as epic, if not more epic, depending on the person, I guess. And that is due to the fact that episode 8 of the season of The Flash is the 100th episode. So we learned earlier this year that Tom Cavanagh, who of course plays the various versions of Harrison Wells that have appeared on the show's run, would in fact be directing this 100th episode, and that would be his 3rd episode in total that he has now directed. But all the talk and lead up is now over, as they have started work on this 100th episode around like 48 hours ago, prior to this video going live, with Danielle Panabaker, who of course plays Caitlin Snow aka Killer Frost on the show, let us know on Twitter they are heading into filming for the episode, but also posted on Instagram some stuff going down on set of this 100th episode. So we should expect more stuff from not only just like Danielle, but hopefully also some of the other cast members as they go about the rest of filming for the episode. And for those that are curious, they might spend a tad longer filming this episode in comparison to your normal run-of-the-mill episode, just due to the fact that this is such a big moment and milestone, and would most likely require more time to fully complete. But as the cast and crew move into filming for this 100th episode, executive producer and showrunner of The Flash, that being Todd Helbing, did an interview with TV Line and had some pretty interesting things to say about the big milestone episode. It's a big thing to get the opportunity to make 100 episodes of television, so you want to pay back the fans for tuning in and give them some old faces to look at. The mythology of the season will still be part of the 100th. You should see some people that you've seen in the past. But we will jump into some things that we could see in regards to what Todd had to say there a bit later in the video. But the next thing I want to go over is actually some set photos from the opening days of 100th episode filming, which take us back to a pretty familiar place that we haven't seen or been to for quite a while. And that place is the Allen family house. So we'll just cycle these set photos on screen from when they were filming right now. But the main thing to note is that they are filmed here during the night. Now some of these are day photos, but this is all set up. So they were setting up to film here, and they actually filmed at night. But of course, the Allen family house hasn't been the Allen family house since Nora was murdered. Of course, Henry was charged with that murder, and Barry went to live with Joe and Iris, so it moved on to other owners and other, people that live there, one of which hit on Joe, as we remember back in season 1. So, and your boy Joe West held his nerve at that point, didn't he? So you got to give him kudos for that. So due to the fact that they are back here filming, and the house has nothing to do with anyone on the show at this time, unless Barry somehow gets possession of it again, does this mean we are possibly getting some more flashbacks to the night of Nora's murder again in the 100th episode? And you would have to say that that is a high possibility, but one would hope that we aren't just seeing the same, scene play out where we cut to Barry just standing there and witnessing Reverse Flash stab his mother in the heart. I don't think anyone is desperate to see that, go down again. But one amazing thing that it could be hinting at is something that many people have wanted to see go down on the show for ages, and that is some sort of insight and look into the events before Nora was murdered, as in the lead up between the Flash and Reverse Flash before they arrived back on that night that Nora was inevitably killed. Now, they could go about that in two different ways. It could be a complete origin sort of story, which I think would be the more preferred option by many, or it could just be a scene that lasts maybe 5 minutes or so, which showcases the lead up to those two getting back to that night. But which one is the more likely to go down? Well, it would definitely have to be the latter, that being the 5 or so minute scene. And the reason why they wouldn't do an origin sort of story comes down to a pretty, easy to understand reason. And that is that this is just one episode. It's the 100th episode. There's no way you could fit it properly into this one 45-minute episode when you take out ads, let alone take all the screen time away from the other characters in this episode. It would just be silly. I think we would all love to see a Reverse Flash origin story go down, but you want it to be treated properly. Give it the time to marinate and slow cook, so it is a nice and just worthwhile experience when we finally get to experience it. So I would like to see Eobard Thawne or Reverse Flash come back in a later season as the main villain, but it's sort of like the introductory portion and origin to the rivalry between Barry Allen and Eobard Thawne. You couldn't do that while Barry was still in his early days, so you couldn't do that in season 3 even. But we're in season 5 right now, so say it's season 6 or season 7 that he shows up again. That isn't experienced enough Barry Allen to fit well into that story. So it would be believable that Eobard Thawne would look up to that version of Barry. And it could just showcase Eobard as a scientist in the future and in his discovery of the Speed Force and his admiration for the Flash that eventually leads him to becoming the nemesis to Barry Allen. Obviously, I won't spoil what happens in between. It could be a wonderful season of television if done well, and a season I think we would all love to see. Basically the prequel to the story from season 1, which would be awesome to, see go down. But as Todd said, the mythology of this season will still be a part of the 100th episode, which is legacy and family. So going back to that night in the Allen house won't be out there in regards to being relevant, because we've seen it so many times and it's relevant to Barry's story. Obviously that is the night that kicked off everything, so it would feel right to return there in some way, shape or form. But Todd also said that we will see some people will show up again that we've seen in the past, and they will show up again in this 100th episode. So who would we want to see? Well, let's just list a decent amount of options and probably the ones that will show up. I might be missing a handful, but let me know in the comments if I do miss out on anyone. I don't think I have. I don't think I've missed out on anyone that important, but let's go through them. So of course we have Reverse Flash, but it'd be awesome if it's that 5-minute scene. If it's not that, and the Allen household scene is like for something completely different, I would like Reverse Flash showing up at some point, whether it's in the Speed Force or just a quick 1-minute cameo. That'd be really cool. Just something with Reverse Flash. I think it'd be a massive missed opportunity. A bit of a slap in the face of the character if we didn't see him again in this big milestone episode, because he's one of the reasons that the show is so great. I've got Zoom down here. Yeah, we haven't seen Zoom in a while, but there's a big reason for that, and we'll jump into that later on. Obviously, Savitar as well. Maybe. I wasn't the biggest fan of Savitar. Some people liked him, some people hated him. He was probably the most controversial villain, I think, on the show, because it's like a 50-50 split, I think. But obviously there was the leaks that came out that said Zoom and Savitar could both be returning for this 100th episode. Some of those leaks in that drop have come true, so maybe Zoom and Savitar will be coming back. I have to wait and see, though. Jesse Quick, it'd be awesome to have her back. The biggest issue with getting Jesse Quick back on the show is that Violet Bean, who plays her, is on another show at the moment. I don't know the filming schedule for that show. Maybe she can get a couple of days off to come to Vancouver to film a couple of scenes for this 100th episode. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, but some of you guys might be able to check out her Instagram and catch some little hints that she might be there. Wally West, I think he is a bang on to come into this episode. We know he's back for 2 more episodes this season after the premiere, so I would have to think that the 100th episode will be one of those episodes, and then maybe he'll show up for like an episode just before the finale, if not the finale this season, but I'd have to say Wally West will show up. Jay Garrick is another one that I'm expecting to be in this crossover. Or maybe it's just John Wesley Shipp who plays him, but we'll jump into something else revolving around him in a second. But I think it'd be a missed opportunity to not have Jay Garrick in here. And this could also be the episode in which we meet the other Earth 3 speedster, that female that Jay Garrick is training. So keep your eyes out for that. Nora Allen, I've literally just listed Nora Allen because they're filming that scene in front of the Allen household. So if we're going back there, we might see a quick shot of her. That's the only reason I listed her, to be completely honest. Henry Allen, I think if you're going to go back to that scene with Nora, you're going to have Henry Allen there as well. You're most likely going to have John Wesley Shipp there anyway to be Jay Garrick. So you might have to put some hair dye into good old John Wesley Shipp's hair because he's grey now. He doesn't have the Henry Allen hair, or maybe they have a wig. I don't know. But, if Nora's there, I'm guessing Henry will be there as well. I put down Black Flash as well. Now, that's probably the big thing that goes against maybe Zoom coming back, because Zoom obviously turned into Black Flash. So it'd be cool if Black Flash came back. We haven't seen him since the season 3 finale. I know people think that he's dead, but you can't kill death. So just because Killer Frost iced him doesn't mean he's dead. That really didn't make sense, to be completely honest. I think everyone knows that. So Black Flash coming back, that'd be really cool. And the last one I put down is actually Eddie Thawne. I think it'd be really cool to just have Eddie Thawne show up again. Maybe they do something where it's like a different Earth's version of Eddie Thawne, where maybe he's a speed star, or just something cool they could do with him. I don't know what Rick Cosnet's up to. I don't know if he's available. If he's available, then awesome. Bring him back. Just a little cool thing. Especially if we're not going to get Cobalt Blue, or at least the Eddie Thawne Cobalt Blue, then bring him back for this 100th episode, because he is an OG member of the show. But yeah, as I brought up a few times in this video, they are only a few days into filming for this episode. So we could, and most likely will, get more casting announcements and returns for the episode, or just get some more set photos, which will get us more and more hyped for what is to come in this milestone episode, and I just can't wait to see more of it and just watch the episode myself. So yeah, the giveaway winner from last giveaway for those Flash Funko Pops is Shane Hutch, or Hutch, I think that's how you pronounce it. So message me on YouTube, dude, and pick out your prize, and we'll sort all that out and get that out to you as soon as possible. But thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. As I said, if you want to enter that Wally West Funko Pop giveaway, all you have to do is leave a like on the video and comment with your favorite Wally West moment from the show, and you're entered. And yeah, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.